So this is the intro for my previous posterior day. It went all right. It was pretty busy. I didn't really feel like talking much, so that's my bad if I didn't do enough talking. But um, it was a great session. I mean, I progressed. Took everything to where I needed to take it to reach my goals for that day. But I feel so much more talkative like while I'm training usually. Well, not more talkative, but I feel like I have more to say. Like recording now, I'm just like I don't even know what to say. But like when I'm recording at the gym, there's usually something in my mind that I want to talk about. But uh but there's something I do want to talk about right now, which is lows and highs. I feel like I see this all the time on TikTok. People always being like, "Oh, it's so over again," or "Oh, I'm on a high right now," or "Oh, I'm back on my low." Life couldn't get any worse right now. And it's like that's a reflection of your mindset. How often you go up and down is a reflection of yourself. Does that make sense? It's a reflection of your work ethic and your mentality. So like if you're constantly having ups and downs because of things happening in your life, or you're just not feeling it, like that's on you. You can't really blame other people for how you react to the things around you. Um, like I've never understood why people seem to think that it's like cool to be like, oh, I'm just so down in the dumps, or like I'm all over the place. I guess I don't understand, just because I mean, really, the only thing I care about at this point is bodybuilding. Like it's my biggest priority, and I'm gonna give anything for it. But I also have had an extremely dedicated mindset since a young age. So like I don't know. I just feel like people are just so lost in finding what they really want to do that they like force themselves to think they like bodybuilding or they like lifting. So yeah, I don't know. And people who don't like the journey, ooh, table just shook. And people who don't like the journey and only want the results, dude, it's gonna be so obvious by their physique or by what they show. You know what I mean? If you don't like the process, you're not gonna get anywhere. One of my friends, online friends, I don't know if you know him, Dro, he was talking about this, and we had a good conversation about natural versus enhanced and how it's all genetics. And I disagree. I think if you have an insanely good work ethic, you will go further than you think. Hard work is going to take you farther than you think. And if you sit there and it's just like, oh, well, I worked hard and didn't get anywhere, so I'm just going to take gear because it's all genetics, it's clear to me you didn't work hard enough, because you're so fast to blame genetics. Like I don't understand that mindset. I mean, I understand it, but it's just stupid. You're not going to get anywhere with blaming everything but yourself, but your own work ethic, but your own grit. You know what I mean? So, if you think that you're not going to get anywhere because of your genetics, or you can't do this because of your genetics, you already lost. You are already failing, you know? So, and I'm extremely passionate about that too. Like, stop being such a big pussy when it comes to training. You have to train hard, especially if, and I'm not going to sit here and say genetics aren't a factor, but if you don't have the best genetics, I'm someone who has pretty mediocre genetics. Like, I have very average genetics, but I work my ass off to grow. Like, And I think that's something so many people don't understand is you have to put in work. Like you have to work fucking hard. And it's not just go into the gym and train to failure and then fucking go home and eat whatever you want and don't track it, don't even know what you're eating, and then be like, "Oh, I'm working hard." No, you're not. You go into the gym, put in 7 out of 10 effort that you could, and then think that your 7 out of 10 effort is actually a 10 out of 10 because you've never gone there. You have to go there. You have to take it to a point where you don't think you can. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't push yourself, and I mean truly push yourself, not just, and I don't mean, get an extra rep, get an extra, like, do better form. That's not what I mean. I mean mentally push yourself. Like, you have to take it to an extreme. Take it somewhere where other people look at you like you're weird, or when you try to explain it, people look at you like you're weird. And there's probably people who will watch this video and be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" I don't care. Like I'm willing to die for bodybuilding. I'm not going to give up on something just because someone tells me I don't have the genetics for it. And if you start taking steroids prematurely or start taking steroids stupidly because people have told you that, you're a fucking maybe I shouldn't say that word. You're a fucking idiot. You are so stupid. And then taking steroids just because, I just don't have the genetics to get big. You're stupid. You're literally stupid. You are such a pussy that you can't put in any hard work and you have to take not the easy way out, but you just can't even put in the work first. Like in my opinion, you should not be touching steroids if you don't have a proper meal plan, you don't have proper training, proper sleep. Like if everything is not structured, you should not be taking steroids. And I can't even believe this needs to be said because it's like people are taking steroids and not seeing very good results from them. Well, yeah, because you're taking steroids and that's only 50% of the work. You're only doing 50%, so you're only going to get 50% of the results. So, like, maybe you could not take steroids and put in 80% of the work and you'd probably see better results than if you were on steroids. I just don't understand this mindset of putting in half the work that it takes and expecting 100% of the results. Oh my god, it pisses me off, dude. I get a little frustrated when people want to talk about bodybuilding and act like I just can never do it. Like, and I don't mean to shout out someone or like call them out. Colin, uh, someone who I look up to very much because he has a great work ethic. He talks a lot. I don't know if any of you guys know him. I'm assuming if you're watching me, you probably know Colin. He has a great work ethic from an outside perspective, but he does not have the greatest genetics. But could he win? Could he go far in bodybuilding because of his work ethic? If he pushes himself to get bigger, pushes himself as hard as he can, yes, he could. Like that is something that not a lot of people understand. You don't have to have the best genetics to become a great bodybuilder. There are bodybuilders out there who don't have the best genetics who are still great bodybuilders. Like, are you gonna be 5-time Mr. Olympia? No, but why does that matter? Obviously, I think you should always shoot for something that's unrealistic. Always hold yourself to higher standards where other people think they're unrealistic. Um, but also, at the end of the day, I'm probably not going to be 5 times Mr. Olympia. And is that what I'm going for? Absolutely. I'm going to push myself with the idea that I'm going to put on 20 pounds of muscle in a year. I'm going to fucking get super strong. I'm going to look like I'm on steroids while I'm natural. I'm going to get my pro card while I'm a teen. Like, I'm pushing those standards onto myself, even though they're completely unrealistic, because I'm not gonna go, oh, well, I'll just settle for this. I'll just settle for that. Are you stupid? Do you want to undershoot? Do you want to do worse than everyone else? Because if you do, then that'll work. But if you don't, then put your standards high, like really high, unrealistically high. that's about it though. I just wanted to talk about that. It was a good posterior day. I have anterior tomorrow. This is my rest day. I'm only wearing this shirt because I wore it for posterior day. But so yeah, I'm not even gonna really edit. I'm just gonna post. I'm just gonna put it all on a YouTube video and just post it. So kind of like Lorenzo does. I don't know if any of you guys know Lorenzo, but um, I love Lorenzo. I look up to him probably more than anybody else in the world. I look up to Lorenzo a lot, and I mean, it's funny because I don't even know him, but watching his videos, like I watch every single one of his videos. I just get like I feel so inspired because Lorenzo is someone who has worked hard. Yes, he has good genetics, but he really pushes onto his audience a hard a good work ethic. And that's something that I can admire so much. And he's a hardworking person at such a young age, and he's who I aspire to be as a man as well. But Lorenzo is, in my opinion, the best role model you can have as a young bodybuilder. He's just an amazing person from an outside perspective, but he seems like a great guy. And he's a great bodybuilder too. I mean, he's fucking huge. But other than that, I don't really have much else to talk about. So whole day with hamstrings and glutes. Oh, I didn't do calves because I'm having some issues with my knee when I do calves, and also my ankle. My left ankle for some reason is hurting, but which is really unfortunate because calves are an extreme weak point. So I'm gonna have to lock in on that and figure that out. But other than that, YouTube video. Okay. Let's pull today with hamstrings and glutes and calves. Some like to call that posterior. Some like to call it backside. But really, it's just a pull day because you're pulling. Every movement you're doing is pulling, except for except for calves. So whatever. But um, top set. Gonna execute my set, and that's that. There's really not much more to it. We're gonna do 215. All right, let's lock the fuck in. Let's go. Oh, I'm moving that back. Okay, now let's go. Okay. Oh. If you don't have the ability to properly execute your sets, just go the fuck home. I mean, this is not for you if you can't take your sets to the place where you need to take them to put on the most amount of muscle. I mean, if you're lackadaisically hitting your sets, just go home. Um, there's really not much else to it. Let's go. Yep. Okay. Second set, same weight. Uh, if I can get my second set for anything over than 5 reps, or my first set, if I can get my first set anything over 5 reps, I'm not changing the weight. Um, but I'm not against going lighter on the second set. Uh, People say that's not as stimulating, but I mean it works. I think that's the biggest issue with a lot of lifting creators nowadays is people just believe what they see instead of doing it themselves.
Way to fight, Uncle.
Okay, back to talking. I like this little corner of the gym because there's not many people here because it's one machine and then something you can do back extensions on. But I'm about to bring some intensity to this set. I hate it when people say like, "Oh, training hard's so easy." Bro, if you think training hard is easy, I promise you're not training hard. Like if you think, "Oh, it's like yeah, it's simple." Like the idea behind it is simple, but if you think training hard is easy, you are not training hard. Like if you think going to failure, taking your body to a point of failure is easy, you're not going to failure. Like someone's level of effort, to them it could be a 10 out of 10, and to another person it could be a 7 out of 10. You know what I mean? So you're probably not going to failure as much as you think you are. So yeah, I'm gonna do this set. Only did one warm up because my adductors feel great. There's so many people here today. It's usually empty, but all right, let's do this. Oh, come on. Yep. Come on.